got to quit being any kind of way. Y'all, I'm going to tell you, every woman in this place today, y'all feel relieved. Because we need to take the pressure off the women and we need to be men. We need to stop not being men. Today, there's too many gates open for men to be anything but a man.
Come on.
I don't care what the government says. I'm going to take it back to the 1950s. When I came, I was born in 1952. And my grandmother, when I got old enough to be a teenage young boy, she said, you need to be a man. She started putting it in my head. So, y'all, I don't care what they teach them in school, how you feel and all about it. I'm just going to go ahead. If I get arrested doing it, I'm going to be arrested. But I am going to teach this.
Amen.
So men, y'all start being men in here. First of all, I want you to turn to Luke 15. Okay? Turn to Luke 15. First, dads have to be saved. First, you have to be a man to start running children, to give them the right information and run your household. You need to be saved. You need to be a man enough to be saved. You need to be a man's man to say you saved. You know, a lot of times, y'all, you look in churches, and most of the time, the congregation has got 2 men and it's got a whole bunch of women. Men start being saved.
Amen.
My dad was saved, and he was a man's man too. Seriously, he was. I got some outstanding men coming up. I'm just going to talk about the 2 I got standing right now. Brother Zach, he's standing at that door. He looked like, when you walk in, you don't want to push. You don't want to look like you want to push through the door, do you? I got Brandon right here in the middle. He's I'm telling y'all, I'm giving y'all duty while I'm here. Brandon's right there. He's there for a purpose. Brandon weigh over 250. Now, you're not going to push him around. And he's there for a purpose. And I got Brother Mike right here. And you'll see him stand on the door. And that's it. And now the Lord has sent me some men to take their place.
Amen.
Now, isn't that awesome? Luke 15. You have to be saved, men. Here we're going to see there is no sin so great that God won't forgive you for it. You know, first of all, you got to know the Lord. And if you sin, God won't forgive you for it. But you want to get out of sin and stay out of sin.
That's right.
God forgives you for it. There's no wound so deep that it can't be healed. God will heal them. I don't care what kind of mess you was, what you was in before. God is going to forgive it, and He's going to heal your wounds.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus.
Ladies, if He hurt you, forget Him. Start getting yourself ready to go on. You know, it seems like women, when you get yourself straightened out, because I'm talking to daughters now, then this guy show back up.
Come on.
But you got to go, you don't be a yo-yo.
Come on.
It ain't no sense in going in the same circle. Now, you've been there once before. What you think going to be different this time? Is he saved? Is he playing you? How many times you been through it? Well, then if he goes and say, you go ahead and be saved, I'm going to go ahead and get myself together here. Y'all. There's no wounds that can't be healed. I need to say that to them. And there's your life, a broken life can be restored.
Yes.
If you had a mess in your life once before, it can be restored. I want you to remember that.
Amen.
You know, if you're a mess, don't continue to keep being a mess and think it's cute.
Come on.
That's what my parents used to do to me and go like, okay, you're too old for that now. That's not cute anymore. Yeah. Now we need to start telling them, okay, that was cute, it's not no more.
Amen.
Amen.
Because we let them grow up thinking it's cute, and they'll carry it over into their 50s. And say, now you're way too old for that. Now grow up. It's hard retraining a 40-year-old. Because they even thought it was cute for so long. Luke 15, y'all. When you get there, say amen.
Amen.
Go to the 11th verse. This is the prodigal son. You all know it. If you ever been to Baptist church before, they go over it my dad was a Baptist deacon. I could say it with my eyes closed. But it's a purpose today for this. Go to verse 11, and I'm going to have Emily read all the way through to 24. Go ahead, Emily.
Then he said, a certain man had 2 sons, and the younger of them said to his father, Father, give me the portion of goods that falls to me. So he divided to them his livelihood. And not many days after, the younger son gathered all together, journeyed to a far country, and there wasted his possessions with prodigal living. But when he had spent all, there arose a severe famine in that land, and he began to be in want. Then he went and joined himself to a citizen of that country, and he sent him into his fields to feed swine.
Now stop just a minute. I want to give this to everybody, just not to dad. You know, then you get what, you know, you get old enough to get what you're supposed to have. Then you want it, and then you want to do whatever you want with it.
Come on.
You squander it. Then what happens, y'all, isn't it funny, after you mess up, you know, you go out and you party, and I'll just use this beer and alcohol and you know, giving money away and stuff, guys. Y'all probably do stuff, not guys, y'all, not my guys now. I'm talking about the other guys, okay? Okay, guys go out and they do stuff, they use all their money up. They go down to playing, they get other women and they give their money to them, or they go down to these strip clubs, or they do something and mess up, squander it. Then electric bills do.
Uh-oh.
I don't have to talk about swine. You're working in the electric. They will cut you off. And this is pitiful. Right?
Yes.
But you just did whatever you felt like it, and the reality just came up. Keep going.
Verse 16, and he would gladly have filled his stomach with the pods that the swine ate, and no one gave him anything. But when he came to himself, he said, how many of my father's hired servants have bread enough and to spare, and I perish with hunger? I will arise and go to my father, and will say to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you.
Now stop. See, now you went so far to be ridiculous until there's no way to do but go where you're supposed to go, where it works like it's supposed to work. You know, every time I see young men and they do something dumb, and then they tell me like a crisis came up, you know, y'all, I hope this ain't, this is what my mother and my grandmother and my dad would say. They would say, fool, didn't you know that? Didn't you know that was going to run out? Y'all, we know it's going to happen. And now, it has to be straightened out. It has to be straightened out. You know, circumstances run all the time. I'm a preacher. People will come to me and say, well, this happened, that. They made a mistake. So did I made those mistakes. But then you have to tell them, men, especially I'm talking to men, you got to tell them, straighten up. Tell the boys. So these guys can be men. They're dads, really. They talk about, we can't keep just being timid little men and just so timid until we just always talking to mama so she can stroke us.
Come on.
Yeah.
My uncles and my dad, they broke me up of that, stroking. You know, you need to get in front of some woman so she can tell you, oh, baby, I understand. It's going to be all right. Go do something about it, man. Now, I know and my men ain't mad at me. Because they men's men. They're going to go do something about it. Keep going.
Verse 19, and I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me like one of your hired servants. And he arose and came to his father. But when he was still a great way off, his father saw him and had compassion and ran and fell on his neck and kissed him. And the son said to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and in your sight, and am no longer worthy to be called your son.
Stop. See, now this is where you become a real man right now. You realize that you was the problem. I'm the one that did it. I'm not looking for stroking no more. I have admitted that I am a mess. And I need to straighten myself out.
Yes.
I'm going to humble myself now, and I'm going to straighten myself out. I'm going to go to the Father. Now, y'all, my dad, let me tell y'all a quick story about my dad. I was living in California. I made a mess out of myself. My dad was in Kansas. And then I had an aunt out there in California with me. So, of course, you know, I needed to grow up. Went to my aunt. I need some stroking. Some of y'all women know about guys that come and, you know, you're stroking. He's 25, 26, 27, 35, 36, 45. Lord, please don't get 50. And still got to be stroked. And my aunt, he said, well, you need to call your daddy. This is my real blood dad. You a mess. You need to call your daddy. It was her brother. She knew her brother was a man. Man's man. So I called, I got on the phone, and I did one of these little kids stuff. You ever seen a guy? This is guys grow up. Young guys grow up. Old guys grow up. And then I get on the phone and I say, and you need some money, you need to talk to your dad. And he had it. I know he did. So I got on, yeah, man, and I need this here, and I need this money so I can try to go, here, I'm going to go ahead. And he hung up on it, boom. And I looked at my aunt, still needing stroking. Well, he hung up on me. And then, mothers, we'll quit stroking these guys, would you please? Y'all women, you make it worse when you stroke them. My aunt did not stroke me. She looked me in my face and she said, now call him back and talk to him like you're supposed to. Y'all, when you start praying to God in those sniffling ways, oh Lord, please help me. I mean, you know you need to help. God hang up on you too. God, excuse me, I got an angel coming back. She said, get back on the phone. Call him and talk to him right. Well, my stroker wasn't stroking me anymore. I quit getting stroked. I see men growing up sometimes. I see them come up from ages and they grow up. And so I got back on the phone. And I said, hi, Dad, how you doing? And he was a man's man. He said, how are you? Well, I told him I'm not doing real good. I made a mess out of myself. And I'm trying to get, and I want to straighten up. I need to come back home. And immediately, this is my blood, Dad. Immediately, he said, get to the Western Union. Get down there and I'm going to have some stuff for you. Get yourself together and go get your car. And get on the highway and come. I'll be waiting for you. Amen. Now, don't you know God does the same thing for you? You need to talk to God like you got good sense.
Come on now.
Women, we need to quit stroking these guys because these guys need to be men. Amen. Let me tell you, guys, when you stop needing a stroke, you say, no, man, I'll figure it out. That's all right. They helpmates. They can help you. But they're not stroke mates.
Come on.
Yeah.
My wife, she's raw. She's nice and sweet and looks real in. She laughs at my jokes. But she's raw. What's wrong with you? You can't do it yourself? You going past the kitchen. She's walking past me. Y'all, I just wanted to take a bowl in there. Leave, take your own bowl. Be helpmates, women.
Amen.
Julianne, it's all right to say, man.
Man up.
I know Julie. I can tell Julianne. She tell you that, don't she? Ran this mouth big. Be glad. Don't want no pitiful little, y'all, we don't want no pitiful little women, just pitiful little girls. Okay, baby. Oh, Lord. Get a cat of nine tails, too. Get your stand-up girl. Get her pretty, strong. She'll do it, I got to stay out of town for a little while. I ain't taking it till you get back.
Yeah.
But when you get back, you better be a man. Yeah. Keep going. Got a little more.
Verse 22, but the father said to his servants, bring out the best robe and put it on him, and put a ring on his hand and sandals on his feet, and bring the fatted calf here and kill it, and let us eat and be merry. For this my son was dead and is alive again. Now, he was lost and is found, and they began to be merry.
Now, and they began to be merry. My dad took me back. He said, get on back in here. Get down to the West. It's my real dad. It's real. It's a real story. Get on down to Western Union. I got it down there for you. Get in your car. Get you some gas. If you need something, I'm going to get it for you. Then my dad was a Baptist deacon. Now, you need to be saved. You don't play with him. And you done all this. And when I got there, when he had a Bible in his hand. And he said, I've had this Bible to give you when you get here. Now, get saved. And he blessed me. I'm telling you all this because God does it.
Amen.
You need to grow up. Men. Grow up. Grow up.
That's good.
I'm helping the women too.
Amen.
You have to be saved. Then God blesses us to be a blessing to our kids. Now, young ladies, y'all just want some little cute boy. You gonna get him. He gonna be cute too. You might as well get a feather duster and stroke him from now on. And he gonna be as cute as long as you let him. Think he's not? Oh, baby, I was gonna do it, but that baby butt. He got you with the baby butt. You like it too. All you gotta put that baby, and then once he got you with the baby, you curl down. Then he get out of it, butt. Cause that's all you getting, baby butt. That's all. God blesses us to be a blessing to our children. God gives us the spirit of adoption. Be a man.
Yes.
Be a man to another young man.
Amen.
Help a young man, but make him be a man.
Yes.
Young men, if you come to me with a long excuse, I'm going to look at you like you're going to flip your lid. And don't think the bishop's mean. I'm just not going to play with him. Ain't no sense in me raising up some little feather dusters. Don't call me and say I've been holding this in my thing all the time I'm this way. I'm going to do like my dad. I'm going to hang up on you. Not giving you nothing. Grow up.
Amen.
Is that too much?
That's good.
If you go to Matthew real quick, 1 and 17. I got to speed up. I'm taking too long now. How much time I got on my thing, Corey? I want to get through this one part.
23 minutes.
Okay. Matthew 1. Go to Matthew 1 and 17. Matthew 1 and 17. First of all, before she reads, I want you to read the first chapter of Matthew. Here you'll find the book of Matthew is the genealogy of Jesus Christ. You'll find that all these people that Jesus went through, this started to be not blood, but adoption. Mm-hmm. You'll see that it was prostitutes that came over. You'll see that it was murderers that got in the middle of this here. But they accepted Jesus and they were adopted by the blood of the Lamb.
Yes.
So men, when we get blessed and we be men, we learn how to adopt other men. Y'all, I'm going to tell you, if you come to me, I'm going to straighten you out. If you ain't doing something right, man, don't get mad at me. If you don't want to hear it, don't come to me. I'm not going to raise up a bunch of guys. I'm not telling you nothing, and I certainly will not stroke you. You can go to my wife and get so much, but she's dangerous to go to because she unstrokes guys. Matthew 1:17 says, read it, Emily.
So all the generations from Abraham to David are 14 generations, and from David until the captivity in Babylon are 14 generations, and from the captivity in Babylon until the Christ are 14 generations.
Now, Abraham is the father of nations, and he's a blessing. You're blessed when you get Jesus and you get Abraham's blessing. Now, when you start to follow this genealogy, y'all, you have lots of different blessings you get.
Yeah.
It's a blessing. It's a covenant with David in the middle of this. Yeah. That some of y'all might want to find out. That you need to get saved. Men, listen to me. If you love your children, go get saved.
Amen.
Because if you go get saved, guess what? You cover them.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
That's right.
I don't care what a mess they are, you cover them.